pretty sure we all know, whenever something tastes the slightest bit of success in any form of media, there's always going to be something that attempts to emulate said success. We've mostly seen it this year with games such as Palworld, which was a phenomenal survival game that took inspiration from Pokemon and made fans' wet dreams come true. Then, we've also had some games like Foamstars, which was essentially Square Enix and Sony's attempt to cash in on the success of Nintendo's Splatoon franchise. This game was feces. Now, whereas those games took inspiration from the premise of two large franchises, the game we're going to be taking a look at today decided to size down a little bit and took some cues from the little guy, you know? And that game is Content Warning. And what I mean by that is that Content Warning takes clear inspiration from 2023's massive indie hit, Lethal Company. So much so that even Zeekers himself was shouting the game out on Twitter, which is quite wholesome. I love it when indie devs stick up for one another. It reminds me that not all furries are bad. And much like Lethal Company, this is yet another game that seemingly took the internet by storm. So let's talk about why that is. Content Warning is an indie survival horror game that was released literally on April Fools, and unlike most things that happen on that day, I can say without a doubt that we didn't get fucked over by this product. And this game was developed by Skog, Zorro, Wynel, The Pet Hem, and Philip. With this being their first game, with the popularity that this game literally gained in this short amount of time, I'm sure this must have stroked their egos just a tiny bit. Now, the best way that I can describe this game is by taking credit from this Steam review right here. It's Lethal Company if you were Logan Paul. And with such a description, I'm pretty sure you know what you're gonna get yourself into. Because this game is essentially emulating the day-to-day life of being a YouTuber. And being one myself, I can confirm that this is the kind of stuff that I need to deal with on a daily basis. The primary goal of this is to go down to what this game refers to as the old world, film all sorts of spooky shit, or just you and your friends dicking around, return back to your very adorable looking YouTuber house, upload the video, and watch the cloud just flow right in, alongside with an unrealistic level of ad revenue. This is just plainly false advertising. Now, where this game takes notes from Lethal Company is that you still have a daily limit on needing to reach a quota for each cycle. On Lethal Company, it was just plain old money. In this game, it's the amount of views each video gets. So in each session, you wake up in your arguably better living conditions, grab a camera, and then get to work. But be careful though, there's only a set amount of film on the thing, so you can at most record up to like a minute and a half of footage. So you're going to need to pick what stuff gets prioritized over others. And when you're all set and ready, you go down to the old world in your ship, land in what I can only describe as a drained version of the moon from Iron Lung, and then you need to explore these dilapidated environments and gather footage from anything like the place itself, skeletal remains you find on the floor, and I'm supposing you found one? It's Jumbo Josh! Oh my gosh, it's Jumbo Josh! The locals. Yes, much like any other urban exploration video on YouTube that isn't just stupid clickbait, in this game you've got a few little problems that you need to deal with. From a spooky blanket ghost of Chucky to a walking turret to even this little fucker that's relatively harmless, that is if you like having your eardrums blown out. Stupid fucking twat! You motherfucking loud to even this thing where the game does its best saw trap impersonation, where your colleagues need to help you out of this Iron Maiden trap by doing something. I don't know what the hell's going on their side. I was a little bit preoccupied holding out hope that I wouldn't perish. And once that all's said and done, you got all the footage that you needed, you haul ass back to the ship, put the camera into this footage extractor thing, upload that thing to what this game calls SpookTube, and then watch all the views go up, as well as all these procedurally generated comments left by your adoring fans that are hopefully not bots, just like a real YouTube. Now, as you can see, the game is set in the first person, much like Lethal Company. But the moment you start playing, you're going to notice that the game itself plays a lot differently. The primary reason for that is that your character has an actual physical body that you need to keep track of. So your characters can collide with one another, can get ragdolled when you're knocked over, and can even get stuck on certain parts of the environment. This 9 times out of 10 isn't really an issue. I personally think it adds to the game game's charm because much like Lethal Company, when shit hits the fan, it's usually a blast whenever you and your friends lose their shit and just start scrambling all over the place trying to find a way out of the stage. And to add to said panic and scrambling, this game's atmosphere is also just as good as Lethal Company's, from its simplistic visuals once again, and its excellent sound design. Now, a thing that is very important to mention is just like Lethal Company, this game needs to be played using the game's in-game sound, because once again, it's reactive to where your friends are, reacts on depending which environment you're in, and could even be enhanced by using certain gadgets in the game like a reporter or a boom mic. And this is also extremely important because this game records the entire session. Yeah, that's right. When you and your friends are busy dicking around, talking normally, or running in fear from whatever's chasing you, everything is gonna get picked up and played back to you on your video. And that adds just so much to the fun factor of the game. And that makes it hurt so damn much whenever you and your friends all die or lose the camera. Because that's not just an expensive piece of kit you just lost there, it's your memories. Now, based on the kind of game this is, it's not 100% perfect. Major objective issues is once again the game's physics. When too much shit happens, or if you are just in the wrong place at the wrong time, this can cause you to lose some of your precious gear, and sometimes that can cause you to get stuck. Other times I think that the game's audio mixing is just kind of shit, mainly whenever you add in the reporter or boom mic to the picture, because there's not really a smooth transition that lets you know when you're positioned just right with the stuff, and this just ends up causing the other player or monster's volume to spike and blow out your eardrums, and that's just annoying. And these last few complaints are just really me being bitchy because I can't be satisfied with what I already have, just like a Nintendo-loving Reddit user. Firstly, I just really wish there wasn't a cap on the recording length. I understand they probably gotta limit you somewhere, right? And I'm sure there's like a server thing that needs to process all the recordings together at once, but come on. Let me laugh a little longer, please. And lastly, can we please just have some way to watch the footage that we've already recorded when all of us died or lost the camera? Because fuck, man, you don't even need to give us any ad revenue or anything like that, because I just think losing that experience with the boys hurts way more than not just getting some crappy video game objective out of the way. And that hurts even more because of what I think is one of the greatest implementations in this game. You can actually save the videos that you filmed all to your PC. That way you're actually able to share all the footage you've gathered to social media and let other people in on your experiences. Yes, I'm aware the footage is a 144p WebM file, but still, stop bitching. And with all that out of the way, I can 100% recommend that you get content warning. It's definitely much like Palworld. It's taken the base formula from its inspiration and made its own spin on things without compromising what made those games so special to begin with. I'm genuinely excited for what the future brings with this project, and I wish the team all the best of luck going forward. You can currently pick this game up for $8 on Steam. And with all of that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching the short video. Special thanks to Patreon member Mr. Aftonboy. If you guys would like to support the channel by any means, please consider leaving a like on the video, subscribing, joining the Patreon, or becoming a YouTube member. And yeah, with all of that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Love you.